MJBulls is proud to produce the Raising Cannabis Capital podcast. Today's episode will begin after this brief message from our sponsor.
This ain't no desk job, but it's what you got to do to scale up to this in a single growing season. It's how, in Oregon alone, we grew and harvested the single largest crop of CBG in the world. Grit, tenacity, hell, whatever you want to call it. The crew at Hamptown USA has it by the bucket load. Just getting our seeds in the ground back in spring and growing them till fall was nothing short of heroic. Propagation, planting, maintaining what we have, and building what we need. Trust me, this shit ain't easy. But when it comes to harvest time, our team bumps the bar up to a whole new level. Next comes processing. Everything but the top flower goes off to get turned into crude, distillate, isolate, and water-soluble ready. Our product, like our team, is nothing less than best in class. This plant has always had the power to change the world, but it needs people to make it happen. We're lucky to have those people right here at Hamptown USA.
If you think about it this way, there's like 150,000 jobs in the cannabis space right now, and by 2020, there's projected to be over 650,000 jobs in the cannabis industry. So, I mean, that kind of growth is phenomenal, and so we're excited to get out, raise some money, get some good partners with us, and kick this thing in a high gear.
From MJBulls Media, it's the Raising Cannabis Capital Show. Today we're joined by Caela Bintner, the co-founder and managing director of Faces Human Capital Management. Caela, thanks for being on the MJBulls podcast.
Hi, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Well, I met Caela and her partner Chris a couple years ago when you guys were really just getting started. And I could tell back then that Faces was going to explode.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we've been in business now for about 2.5 years, if you can believe it.
That's great.
It's gone by very quickly.
Well, before we get into talking specifically about Faces and what Faces does, let's talk a little bit about why employee management is just so much more challenging for cannabis companies than it is for other companies in other industries.
First of all, there weren't any other companies really doing this a few years ago when we looked at it. One being the banking. The banking issue was a real problem, and so human capital management companies weren't really touching it. So that was an issue in the beginning that we had to really get around, was finding the right banks to partner with, be able to help these companies.
It's not fair to call you a human resource category, but that's kind of where you fall into. But you do so much more. Just tell us some of the things that, in addition to with the banking, all the other things that your company touches on.
Yeah, really, Faces offers the cannabis industry, a suite of human resource, payroll, banking solutions. We're really trying to strategically help owners in the cannabis space offer more Fortune 100 components to their employees than has ever been offered in this space.
Especially a couple of years ago, you couldn't find somebody to process your payroll. And you certainly couldn't find anybody to help you with all the different rules that cannabis companies have to adhere to with their employees. Maybe just touch on that a little bit, too.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Dan. A few years ago, like we said, the banking was impossible. So we had to really find the right relationships there. But not only that, it was educating the owners of cannabis companies and the cannabis industry of these components to cut down on employee turnover, which was rampant and still is very high, to be able to pay their employees direct deposit as opposed to paying them in cash. Just the little basic components that we take for granted in any other industry. It was definitely an education process for the cannabis space.
Oh, for sure. And every day another company's banking account gets shut down, and and your employees are scrambling because they don't know if they're going to get paid and their direct deposit may not go through. So that's why having a company to work with that they can lean on that's got to be invaluable.
Well, I think it is invaluable. And I think it helps the cannabis business owner have another level of security and compliance that they can feel comfortable about. They're not going to get shut down because their taxes are being remitted by us. Their employees are being paid with direct deposit into bank accounts. And we're just trying to legitimize this industry because, it's such a phenomenal industry and it's growing so quickly and offering so many jobs to hundreds of thousands of people that we want to make it as legitimate as possible so there aren't reasons to shut it down.
A few years ago, companies like ADP, they weren't touching this. So there was really no national groups. I'm not sure if that's the case still.
Unbelievably, I guess it is still the case. The national players won't touch it yet because the federal banks aren't touching it yet. So right now, we see that as an advantage, honestly, because we can get in. It's a land grab right now, as you know, in this industry, to get in and to be the leader, to be the first, mover advantage in a space like this. Because eventually, of course, the ADPs and the big TriNets are going to come in because this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But right now, it's just a phenomenal opportunity for players like us to get in and move in and to really help these companies grow and legitimize what they're doing.
You have this awesome video on your website about this product that you have called HRIS. And I know, oh my God, I would love to have something like this a few years ago.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it is our platform. So as a cannabis business owner, they can go on the platform and everything from hiring to all the paperwork for their employees to time attendance, to time off, to clocking in, clocking out, to vacations, to pay stubs, to paychecks, to anything, a request, sick leave, any of that, they can see and they can manage. And then on the flip side, the employees of the companies can do that as well. They can clock in, they can clock out, they can see their pay stubs, just like any other legitimate PEO, really, a professional employers organization would offer, like an ADP would offer, or Gusto or TriNet. The big players, we have been able to focus that and drill down to the needs of the cannabis space and make it completely specific to cannabis business owners on their needs.
The way you approach this is really hands-on. You're not afraid to customize people's operations and put people right in their shop if they have to, just to get things up and running. Talk a little bit more about that versus, the one-size-fits-all. You guys really are known for your customization.
We are, yes, and that's exactly right. We pride ourselves on service. We don't want to just throw a platform out there and let our customers try to figure it out on their own. Some of our customers want on-site help, so we'll have HR account representative at their location 2 days a week, 2 hours a week. Some want just payroll. They just want complete hands-off. So for every client, we do a needs assessment, and we customize a package to their specific needs. As you know, some of these bigger cannabis companies have multiple locations, so they need different things as far as tracking or time and attendance or clocking in and out of different locations. So every single one of our clients is very unique, and we take a very, very high service driven approach.
I want to take a minute to tell you about some really innovative things that our sponsor, Cream of the Crop, is doing in the cannabis space. Their brand is on fire. They have the 5th best-selling indoor flower brand in the state, and they're profitable, growing their business at 10% a month year to date. They're succeeding by helping cultivators turn profits through operation management and consulting in exchange for supply agreements. By bringing 30-plus years of cultivation experience, award-winning genetics, ultra-efficient SOPs, proprietary nutrient mixes, and their brand, they're able to help both operators who are new to the space and ones who want to just increase efficiency. In fact, they just increased profits for one of their clients by $700,000 per month. Just incredible. But what's really exciting is that they're expanding their highly scalable model beyond California. That's right, they're accepting applications across the country for 2021 and 2022 partnerships. Also, if you're planning to invest in cannabis, you should definitely look at Cream of the Crop because they're doing a capital round in early 2021 to help with their brand's national expansion. To learn more about partnering with Cream of the Crop or investing in their expansion, go to creamofthecropgardens.com. That's creamofthecropgardens.com. I see on your website that you have offices. I knew about the office in Denver, but I wasn't aware that you had offices in Seattle, Baltimore, and Boston.
We have been growing very quickly. It's very exciting. Yes, we started in Denver and really built out and proved the model here. This is our headquarters. Made sure it worked perfectly. Our clients were happy. And then we just ported it into other cities and other states. And it's going really well. We're opening an office in California and Southern California next month and Northern California. And so we're growing really quickly. The model works and is proven. And I mean, really the underlying success of any company are the people that work for you. And if you have happy employees, that leads to a successful business. I mean, it's very intuitive.
Well, like so many companies, and you mentioned it earlier, you're in the land grab mode right now. We're just trying to get in as many cities as possible before the big guys take a step off the sidelines. As long as the big guys are on the sidelines, you have free reign. But I know how difficult it is to grow out of cash flow. So, is there any plans for you guys to raise some capital to help with this growth?
We are, we're actually looking at that right now. We're out with a Series A raise. We started with just kind of a friends and family, and so this is our first official raise. We're looking to raise $1 million for our first round, and we're really excited about it. I mean, if you think about it this way, there's like 150,000 jobs in the cannabis space right now, and by 2020, there's projected to be over 650,000 jobs in the cannabis industry. So I mean, that kind of growth is phenomenal, and so we're excited to get out, raise some money, get some good partners with us, and kick this thing into high gear.
Oh, yeah. Get to 50, 60, 70 cities around the country so that you're ready. That is so good. So we've been speaking with Caela Bintner, who's the co-founder and managing director of Faces Human Capital Management. And all of their information will be on the MJBulls website. Caela, your email address, if somebody wants to get in touch or if somebody's interested in investing in Faces.
Absolutely. It's my first name, Caela, Caela, at faceshcm.com. Please contact me. I'd love to talk to you.
Caela, this is really exciting. I've enjoyed the first 2.5 years. I can't wait to see what the next 2.5 look like for you guys. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for sharing the story. Thanks for sharing the story with us, and good luck.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Crappie's Feel Better Company is a cannabinoid CPG company with a line of easy-to-use CBG, CBD, and CBN products built for the weekend warriors, the weekday Zoomers, and anyone in between. Crappie's next-gen products incorporate pharmaceutical-derived chemistry to precisely blend minor cannabinoids and terpenes, creating a series of proprietary formulas for hyper-targeted use cases. Harnessing a team of experts with over 75 combined years of chemistry experience, the company relies on its novel solubility technology, state-of-the-art delivery, consistent results, and unique eye-catching branding to stand out from the crowd. Crappie's executive team and chemists have created a vast and diverse product pipeline to maintain relevance in a saturated market. To find out how you can participate in Crappie's Feel Better expansion, which includes major retail placements, university-executed clinical trials, IP and patent submissions, GMP and API scale-up, and international distribution, go to crappiesfeelbetter.com or on Instagram at crappiesfeelbetter. Today's show was made possible by the generous support of our sponsors, like Alt36, the country's premier blockchain payment processing platform that's providing dispensaries and its customers with a safe and secure payment option other than cash. To learn more, go to alt36.com.